Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Porter. I'm here with a full house. We got Mike Carroll and Bill Englehardt, Alan Michener, Bob Taylor, and got a celebrity among us. We had Mike was a star on Penny for Your Thoughts. Is that what it's called?
I think.
Yeah.
You think you were on it?
Well, I didn't know what it was. They just said, get up here.
Get up here. We want to talk.
We want to talk, buddy. I tried hard to sound like the sonorous, beautiful voice of Alan Michener. I
Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
deepen my bass a little bit.
Well, I got a muzzle today to put on it.
Yeah, there you are.
Talk.
Well, I had to pay a fee to come in here and sit down next to a radio star. So
Yeah.
It pays about what this does.
Same scale. Same scale.
scale.
Same scale.
But you mentioned us on the show.
Did. I mentioned you, Dave, as the brains of this. I left the other three doodle brains out.
Gosh. Oh, man. Doodle brains.
Well, this used to be, I was the star of the show, and now way back in the beginning, it was just Dave and I, and you three come along, and now people are saying, I love that Alan Michener's voice. That Englehardt guy is just really common sense, and Bob Taylor is he's like the burning bush on Mount Sinai. When that talk is like God bringing the Ten Commandments down.
Oh boy.
I've been, I've been to the bottom, but in my credit, I'm still here.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
I'm like the the body parts arguing as to who's more important. The brain says I'm the most important. The heart says I'm the most important.
Well,
I'm the asshole. If I shut down, you're all gonna die.
it's obvious. It's obvious that Bill and I couldn't get Zoom on if you gave us $48 billion and a couple of tech experts, we couldn't find it. Well, yeah, you're the one doing the pictures. You're the one with the Zoom. You're the one with the idea. In the future at the museum, there will be a big picture of you.
Mhm.
Right.
I hope they put me on as the original.
Mhm. You're already history. You're already history.
Yeah.
History.
I'm beyond famous. I'm infamous. I'm
Yeah.
infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything before we go to pictures?
Well, Bob beat us all by himself. I don't know. With Mitch back, we got a chance of winning this time.
We've got
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of comments this week on Facebook, but I think you guys are gonna beat Facebook because I think you're gonna know a lot of these. But the
Right.
pictures are from 1955.
1955. I was here.
Hey, I got another thing that I forgot about this. I was looking on Facebook the other day, and I see Mike Carroll has been a member of Facebook since 2015.
Really?
Yeah, and he keeps telling us that he's not on Facebook. But I saw this, and it was official. It was official.
I'm going to tell you right now. I did peek at it in 2015 for one reason.
Who was she?
I'd heard a story about Facebook. At the time, everybody was going through their gender identities. I was going to write a column about this, and I heard it on Facebook because we always thought there was two gender identities, maybe three, And I got on there, and one of the optional things on Facebook was to give your gender identity.
Mhm.
There were 58 of them.
Oh,
58. And think how many bathrooms that'd be in the high school.
Boy, that's right. Well, they've resolved all that now.
Well,
Gender
what happened? So that's why I went that far with the app.
Okay.
Once I saw that, I just hung up. I never did complete the app. I never did complete it.
Well, they undoubtedly got all they needed because you're.
Oh, they didn't. I never did punch in. I can't get on Facebook right now.
Well, that's because you couldn't figure out what gender he was.
It's in my black coat. No, it's right there. It's right.
By the way,
And I want to tell you this, guys. A year later, and this is a true story.
I've heard this one.
Well, they're always true.
Prop book. Yeah, Bob will tell you everything I say is true.
oh yeah.
That's right. They dropped that. It was controversial. You know why it was controversial? They said there weren't enough choices.
Weren't enough choices.
In,
58, huh?
in England, Facebook had 81 choices.
Mm.
And I had a column on all of them.
He wrote,
You know, the
yeah.
binary reverse duplex, you know. and I showed it to Becky, as I always do, to say, and it was funny. It was funny. And Becky said, no, there may be people out there that kids are identifying. You're going to make people, it's going to embarrass people. I never did publish it. It was a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Let's go back one moment to Penny for your thoughts again,
Okay.
because you did mention one other person, and you seem to mention this person multiple times throughout the year.
Was it me or Becky?
Kitty Kish.
Oh my
You.
God.
Did he talk about that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my
I
Talk
talked
God.
about how he used to hang on the rail.
Oh,
over at the
what I
school.
talked about was I had Becky with me in the booth, and I introduced her as my filter. He talked about writing, and I said, yeah, everything I write, I give to Becky to see if it's socially acceptable, because I have no feeling for what culture is doing nowadays. And I talked about this piece on Kitty Kish where I had a crush on her. And I had not, she came back home after about 40 years when Dorothea, her mother, died. And she was out at Monticles. And anyway, in my article, I talked about as a young kid, I would, you know, that basket was right across the street from her pink house.
Mm-hmm.
I would wait for her to come out. I would run in and dunk it and I'd swing on the rim. And I don't know what I was thinking that would do for me getting close to she never noticed me. So 40 years later, she comes back and I see her at Monaco with Bert. And in my first draft of the article, I said, though time had touched her, she was still beautiful. And Becky goes, do not say time had touched her. Take that out. So I did. But anyway, when she turned around and looked at me, I immediately wadded up my napkin and threw it over in a trash can about 20 feet away, like I still had it. And she didn't notice it then either.
Didn't notice it then either.
And Becky looked at me and she said, grow up. You know, Jimmy Huser sent that article out to Kitty, and I've got a card back from her. She said, I remember you out there swinging on that basket. I had no idea what you were doing. Now that I know what you were doing, oh boy, I'm impressed, you know. And she signed it Love and Kisses Kitty, and she had all kinds of little X's underneath it. So
oh boy, you
got her
were
back from her.
So
Oh boy.
when we were doing the old show with just the three of us, I remember doing the pictures, and one in particular, you identified Kitty Kish by her feet.
I could do it by a strand on her hair. Did you guys have crushes on high school girls when you were in grade school? Grow up.
Oh well, yeah, I remember that. We were just talking about them the other day. The Jackson girls.
Oh yeah, Carolyn.
Absolutely.
Carolyn and
Mary Jane. Yeah.
and Mary Jane, and they were beautiful girls.
Yes, they were.
Well, I even talked to Bill Kleiss about this because that's Bill's era. And we
Yeah.
talked about all these beautiful blonde cheerleaders, Abney, McCumber, Kitty Kish, the Jackson girls, and
Bonnie Abney.
And I said, Bonnie, I said, well, who's the fifth one? He goes, I don't know. He went home to check. He came back and said, man, am I in trouble? The fifth, Charlotte, his wife. I remember Charlotte. But that blonde haired Gidget, you know, Bridget Bardot came along there.
Yeah.
That
was about those were all class of 56, 57, 58,
up through 60.
up through 60. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Christina Moore.
Oh, they had beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But we had crushes on these girls, and it was.
I wonder if young girls had crushes on us when they were in school.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Shook her
I
head.
remember getting a ride home from school when I was a freshman by Marcia Graham. And boy, I thought I was really hot stuff, you know.
Well, you were. It was your voice.
We had
It was the voice. It was the voice.
They thought you were 23. In my article, I mentioned that I used to go when I was a freshman. We would pool. And I used to drive with Linda Moore, Marianne Parrish, Barb Nuccio, and my sister and I. And I was just in heaven. And then they would have pajama parties back about noon, and I would go up there and play with toys in the corner while they were running around their pajamas. And I said, little did those women knew, I did not care about who won the Battle of Vicksburg.
Well, I married the hot blonde cheerleader, but it took 30 years before she
Took note of you.
Of course, she looked at you.
well, apparently I was the only one left.
Guys, was there anything more powerful than puppy love back then? Because you would actually almost be willing to slit your wrist if it broke up.
I would go down to
Oh,
visit,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd go down to visit Bob Sodero, but hopefully
Jan.
Jan Sodero was there.
Well, what we didn't realize, which you've learned, Mike, is that what we think impresses them is not what impresses them.
Well, swinging on a rim is not it.
In school, I would do one-arm push-ups, hoping the girls would notice, and no girls have ever come up to me and say, "So, I remember you doing one-arm push-ups." But several of the guys have come up and said, "Oh, I remember you doing those one-arm push-ups." That was.
Well, we can think of one push-up you could do that would impress them.
I'm not ready to spit that out.
What would that be, Mike?
Yeah, no arm push-ups.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Well, here goes the FTC.
Better show a picture.
you better get the picture started.
Better
We're
get
going
the
to be in
pictures.
trouble.
You get us talking
I
about
don't even know what you're talking about.
who we had crushes on in grade school, and this baby's going off the air. Bob, did you have crushes on high school girls?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
He was studying.
I was straight laced.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
straight arrow, studied all the time.
I'd say
Yeah.
I'd say he's no longer on the program.
I'd say anybody that spent time with Ronnie Dick was studying always.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. There was a lot of study in there.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
We'll go.
Whoa.
And you use the school colors, blue and gold.
Well,
like the
the
Thomas
blue,
colors.
the blue is Chronicle colors.
By the
I
way,
made-
that is a great logo.
That is super.
Nice looking. Yeah.
Well, I made it with AI, but look at the circle. It didn't make the circle round. Look how lopsided
It's a
it
little-
is
It's a
on the-
little flat, and
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I don't know why it did that.
Can you tell Claude to clean it up? Use a protractor?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's very nice.
well, that was a little pretty cool. Had to do a little tweaking to it. Oops. There's our first picture.
There's Harley Hammock.
Marley Hammock,
There's the boss.
WA, Doc Boylston,
And Doc Boylston and
and Doc Lossman behind WA.
Fred Ross,
Romine, Fred Ross,
Yeah.
Wilson, yeah.
Virgil Ross. Virgil Ross.
Virgil.
Virgil, I mean, Fred, I'm thinking of Fred.
That's pretty good, guys. Hey, it is Doc Lossman back
Yep.
there, I think, behind Hammock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doc Boylston.
We had, I think, 3 doctors on the board at one time. We had Lossman, Boylston, and I think Dr. Ragsdale, who had a PhD in chemistry. We had 3 doctors. Farmers, as we mentioned last time, farmers always had 2 real strong farmers, maybe 3, but that was strictly, they were the tax hawks to keep
For the
everything.
farmland. Tax hawks for
Oh, man,
farmers.
those
Yeah.
farmers. Now they've changed the method of how they tax farmland.
Right.
And they don't care.
Look at the ketchup and mustard bottle.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake I made in high school one time was jerking around with Fortney sitting across from me at noon lunch. I took a ketchup bottle and just acted like I was going to squirt him, and
And you did.
the top came off, and I squirted about a half the bottle on his chest. And I immediately started looking for Lonnie Von Lincoln and Gibson to get around me.
Now, we've had pictures with these live pictures before. Those are similar to what is at the high school, but this is not the high school. Is this,
Well, you sure?
well, it's 1955. When was the high school built?
65.
59.
Yeah, 59. That's right.
So I don't know if this is the hospital or out at USI but it's got those same type of lights.
I don't, yeah, the high school had those kind of lights, but I don't think this was a high school.
No, I don't think it is either.
No, no.
This was 55.
Mm-hmm.
Could this been could any of those restaurants downtown been like that? I don't think so.
I know in the middle of the school year in 59, all the students loaded up their cars and moved the books and
Yeah.
everything. Just
Did you have any names on that?
Yeah, Toppy Moody said Bob Brigham. Most of them you already got. She mentions W.A., Homer Little, Dr. Boylston, Virgil Ross, Don Baird, Harley Hammock, Dr. Lossman, and
I was going to say.
Mr. DeBolt and
No.
Bob Brigham.
Toppy's 50s, I think.
Oh yeah, that was.
That's
John
Don
Baird.
Baird back there.
I think Toppy was class of 50s.
Homer Little.
She was class 56.
With Jim Hausman and Carroll.
Yeah, my sister
Yeah.
and the Armstrong twins.
Yes. Good class.
That's Dean Ziegler
Sure is. Yeah.
in the looking away from us in
Got
that
a leather cap.
leather cap. That's Dean.
In the
I'm sure
dark.
it is.
Who's this over here with the cigar? Anybody want to guess?
Yeah.
Can't tell.
Yeah, Dean was the only name I had on it.
Well, that's our senior prom.
That was sweet.
Carl
That was
Ford.
a D. That looked like that D. Malay
That's Carl Ford.
sweetheart ball or
Oh,
something.
No, that's Stan Dotson.
Is it Stan Dotson?
Lower left is Stan Dotson. That's his class.
Yeah, it
And,
is, Stan.
Yeah.
I think Chub Connor's sitting up there.
Is that Janie Kellogg at the Queen?
That Chubb back here on the right.
Yeah, and I think that's Ann Olson next to him to the right.
Could be.
And I think, yeah, that looks like Stan. Stan was a good looking guy. That's Stan. Yeah, that's no wait, who is the queen there?
Can't tell.
Well, the homecoming queen in 55 was
Sandy.
Sandy Decker, Sandy DeBolt.
Yeah.
Looks like Ann Olson, one of, and that's Chubb up there.
That is the Northward Gym, the old Northward Gym as we knew it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Sure is.
And that's is that the spiral
Yes,
staircase?
it is.
Yes, it
It had a
is.
little roof over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a water fountain behind it, maybe.
I don't know about that.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's on the wall there.
Yeah, that's what that is. Right there behind the.
You barely see the China Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a water fountain.
Yeah.
Thought that was first. I thought that was John Clare, but I don't think it is.
Well, that's who Phil Boss says it is. It says
Is
that's
it?
his grandfather.
He would know.
Where's his pipe?
Yeah,
He smoked a pipe.
yeah.
How many things does he have on his tie? How many clips has he got there? What is that?
Well, I think it's embroidery.
Oh, embroidery? But there's a clip right down the middle, isn't it? And then a pin through the clip. I don't know what. That's an interesting tie.
Yeah.
He had 3 daughters, didn't he? One of them married Rund and one married a Bosch, and then Cindy married Bob Rogers, who was out in our class.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Clare?
Yeah,
That's her dad.
yeah.
That lower left looks like one of the Corey twins.
So I didn't have any names on this.
Mars back there in the
Bob
back.
Mars.
That's Dick Mars. That's
Dick
the older
Mars.
brother.
And next to him is Phil Flanagan. And there's Jim Weber with a hand up to his mouth.
You think that's Mike or Jim or Pat?
Yeah, Jim was 55. Mike's about 60. Mike was 62 or 3 with Bunning and,
Yeah. What about Pat? There's a Pat.
well, could be Pat, but I thought Jim was about, Jim played with that 53, 54, 55 team, I think.
Okay.
Flanagan, I think.
I don't know how old Pat was really.
I thought Jim was the oldest.
Is this prom in the gym?
Who's that in the middle? Is that Buchanan?
You mean down here?
No, with the carnation.
I
Who
don't
do you
know.
think this
I
was?
don't know. I don't.
Is that a Corey twin or not? Lower left. It looks like a.
I think you might be right, but I can't remember. Were they in 50, 56, 55?
You know, I've got a book somewhere if you want me to go get it.
Well, we got a lot of pictures to get through.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm gonna go get it.
Here are those lights again.
That's the hospital, but it shouldn't be. Looks
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's what that is. That's the hospital.
cafeteria at the hospital, and it wasn't built till 65.
That's right.
So maybe these aren't all. Are these all 55
Well, the
days?
envelope said 55. I thought
Could
maybe out of USI.
Could be USI's cafeteria, but it sure looks like the hospital's cafeteria.
I don't remember those lights like that in the hospital, but could be.
Is that Moran?
I don't have any information. I got a couple of
Nothing
photos
on
of
that.
the house. I don't know what's going on.
110. Is that the one just south of the railroad tracks on?
South of Southward School.
No, all the way over in the
No,
west end.
West End.
West end, just where the storage buildings are now.
What'd you get on this, Dave?
Nothing. I don't have
Nothing.
anything on
Oh,
this.
okay. Well, it looks like it's something abandoned almost. Look at the light thing up by the house numbers.
Look at the number 110. It's got to be.
Who is that guy?
I thought it was short of Moran.
You know what? That's Herman Owe.
You know what?
Almost.
I think you're right.
I think it is too.
Hone it.
That's it. I think that's Herman.
Yeah, I think you're right.
God.
I wonder if this is
Okay.
cross. I wonder if this is cross from no. What house is that? 110.
Hell, it may not even be there anymore, Mike.
I don't
it's
think
torn-
it
I think
is.
it's torn down. I was
And it's a 110
110.
east or west.
Yeah, if it was 110 east, I can't think of where it would be. 110, what was, no, that's not it.
What's
Taylor House, the other Bob Taylor, Robert.
on Pembroke?
Yeah,
Oh no,
Yeah.
he was not 110.
Mr. Taylor, math teacher, Urbana.
Yeah.
Nobody looks happy in the picture, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, they're going to tear that place down or auction it.
well, that could be.
Max.
That's not Max Thody, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, too thin for Max.
Negative wasn't in very good shape, but I did clean it up with AI a little bit.
Was
I
that
do
Mel?
like-
Was that Mel's drive-in? Yeah,
So
I
that's
do like the
corner
picture.
where Carl is.
yeah, that was the empty lot there by Carl. That's
Yeah.
where that standard station was.
But
That is a good picture. I like that picture.
I don't remember that Atlas Tire Store sign.
Boy.
Don't know.
No, I don't either.
Laura Lamb says it's her step great grandmother, Gladys King Quick. She was the journal correspondent for Camargo for nearly 30 years, and she was also the postmistress in Camargo from 1924 to 1954. Only missed 2.5 days of work in the entire time due to deaths in the family.
Mrs. Quick.
That Calvin's?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have any name.
Well, that's not a good floor plan because that chair's blocking that door.
Yeah.
See that chain for the pocket watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any names on them.
Americana.
American Golf.
that is, isn't it?
Yeah, boy, that is getting back there.
Okay, Jim Lemon on the right.
Yeah, that's a young Jim Lemon. That'd been about that's
Yeah.
probably a USI deal because
Jim was,
He was the attorney for them, so.
yeah, that was that made Jim's career. He was able to develop South Ward subdivision after that.
That's John Clare either presenting a check or receiving a check.
Wait, go back, Mike. You said he developed the Southward subdivision.
Southland Acres.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Southland Acres was his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody else developed Southward Square. I think that was you, Mike.
Well, I guess I forgot.
Yeah.
I got names on all these.
Okay, go ahead.
Toppy Moody says Mr. Hill, Mr. Clare, Bob Boyd, and Mr. Limna.
Mr. Hill,
That's what she says.
Toppy would know.
I wonder if Mr. Hill was the one that used to be the tailor and down on the corner of Center Street and Buckner. I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
What's the big sign say? What's that big sign say?
March
Bob?
of Dimes.
Oh boy,
That's John Clare for sure.
Yeah.
Join the March of Dimes.
that was a big deal in '55, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was. I don't remember Jim being that heavy.
No, I don't either, really.
Clara Lane in the front on the left,
Kleiss.
and then Mr. Kleiss.
Jim Clyde.
Nice, yeah.
Where'd you say Claire? Oh, yeah, on the left there, Claire Lane. Yeah.
This would be upstairs of the Journal Building and the Moose Lodge.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Who's the picture up there? Is that the Grand Poobah?
Must have been. That's not George, is it? George Washington?
I don't know. I don't know. Is he a moose?
No, not George Washington.
No.
And go back to that picture again. That looks like Larry Alton's dad. Is that,
No.
you ever seen his dad?
Yeah.
Vern Otten.
Vern Otten, I remember him well.
Yeah, he worked at the elevator for years. Yeah.
That guy's second from the left there, standing by Mr. Kleiss. Gosh, I should be able to pull that name out, but I can't right now. You have
Carol
names? You have names on this?
Carol Hausman says, looks like Mr. Clare on the far right.
Yeah, it is.
And John Clare. Marilyn Morey says, well, she's talking about it being the moose.
That was
Marcy
big.
Shoemaker says,
Jim Kleiss is her Marilyn's dad, married Matt Morey.
Marcy Shoemaker says, second from left, William Hausman, Jim Kleiss.
Hausman.
Toppy
Yeah.
Moody says, Mr. Hill again, Bill Hausman, Jim Kleiss, Lucky Ball, Francis Waters, Mr. Hopkins, who worked at the Strand Theater.
You're saying the middle
John
guy?
Clare.
You're saying the middle guy's Lucky Ball?
Lucky Ball, that's what she says.
Going
Yeah, you know,
closer.
that could be. He worked at a garage.
Yeah, going a little bit closer.
He was the fire chief for some years.
I tell you what,
And
yeah,
that's-
I think that's maybe him, but
Yeah.
Lucky, I think.
What's his tag say there, Doug?
Lucky.
Doug is, I don't know.
Well, be Douglas Ball, see.
Yeah.
Oh, he got to looking a little rougher later on.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Howard Kogel at the right on the bowling alley.
Yeah,
Sure is.
yeah, it is.
That's Whitey Walker on the left, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
To
so.
the left, it is Whitey, my neighbor.
Yeah.
God, that looks like that's Jim Fortney or
No?
Joe. It's Jim.
You think that's a young Jim?
Looks like Fortney.
I think it is.
Good athlete down in Arcola, trackman, speedster.
I don't know the others though.
Whitey was a good neighbor to us.
I turned this into an apartment in the 80s.
You lived there, didn't you?
Yep.
That is him. That looks like young Jim, doesn't it?
Boy, it does.
That's
That's
Jim,
him,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Sure is.
And that's Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Whitey sold me my first car,
What was it?
that red Dodge.
Okay.
His wife, in the later years, I ran into her down at Sarah Bush one day, and we got to talking. She said, "I still remember that red Dodge that you had." She said that was one of the nicest cars.
Juanita.
Yeah, she was a nice lady.
Yeah.
Oh, she was great. Yeah, I moved her down to the Oaks down at Oakland when she sold the house.
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't have any names on this one. I thought you guys might know some of them.
I don't think they're Tuscola.
Well,
This
the upper right looks like Leroy Davis.
is from the South Ward,
Upper right looks like Leroy
don't you
Davis.
think?
This kid looks
Possibly.
familiar, but can't put a name to it.
I don't know either.
Well, they've got the cage over the window.
They put those up for Englehardt because he broke so many windows, missing the bank board.
Yeah, missing the bank board.
It was bad. man. It really
But
was.
that's not, there was nothing like that wall at the old
No.
North Ward. No. So it
Might have been the Southward. Jim.
South Ward, that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
But that girl there kind of looks familiar. Right there.
This is the one that somebody thought was Kathleen Boylston.
Oh,
Could that guy in the upper left, this is wild guess. That's not Carl Court, is it?
Could very easily be.
Gee, man, hey,
5 years later, he was a freshman.
you know what? That could be.
So that what era does that put him? What year did he graduate?
60,
60?
Tommy Mercer,
Same group, different picture.
Wendy Ron,
Yeah.
Lloyd Anderson.
You know what? I'm surprised you didn't get a name on this.
Yeah, I am too.
That
this
is South Ward.
Yeah.
I don't have any names on these either.
I think this is class of 60. And
That's John. I bet that's John McDaniel.
yeah, that's McDaniel.
right in the middle with a
With a plaid shirt on.
Francine Furco.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's Francine. Yep.
Is that Bob
There's
Stout?
John McDaniel to the left.
Bob Stout.
Uh,
All the
No,
way out to the
it's
left.
John McDaniel.
John, what do we call him?
John. No, you call him Tom, I think.
Well,
Same difference, same family.
except one's alive, so
Close.
They both look alike.
that's a big difference.
Close enough.
I think this might be Adele Dotson back there. She was in that class.
Well, she was a pretty girl.
She was a beautiful girl.
Kid on the far right was
Hey.
in the last picture.
Fifth person, there's the second person in is Carl Court, I think. He had bigger. There is Steve Allison. The fourth one in from the right is Steve Allison,
In a flower shirt.
flower shirt, and right behind him with glasses is Pat Shanahan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is definitely Steve.
Yep.
That's Steve.
And that's Pat Shanahan. I remember Pat. I loved his
Go back here and close in on the far left. I kind of wondered if it was Bob Stout.
Well,
And that Marcus Bunning next to John.
you know, it looks like it, except Bunny was class of 62. Well, wait, John was
But
class
John was class of
62.
62.
This is, you know what? This is the seventh, eighth, and sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. That is Marcus Bunning. And John.
Francine was about that too, wasn't she?
Well, Francine was probably 61, maybe, because Jeannie, my sister's best friend, was class of 63.
Right.
Yeah, these are 2 or 3 grade school groups right here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Never seen these photos. There's those radiators up there.
That's the way it used to be.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Just rake them out of the crib. That
Oh,
way.
man.
Unknown caller.
What?
Mary Glazer. Mary Henry Glazer,
Nope. Nope, Lord.
845.
She must have been in your phone book. You wouldn't have shown
No.
No?
Do you have a name on this little boy?
Nope.
No.
You have a name on the dog?
Spot.
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 The
Yeah.
dog is Spot.
Spot?
Yeah. Name of the dog
Yeah.
Spot. Looks a little bit like my dog, but Not really. Mine's a lot fatter than that.
That's not you, is it, Mitch?
No,
By the way, I enjoyed the article in the Gazette on the dog.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah.
well, there was a lot of work going on there.
Oh, man, I'm
Look at-
telling you, that's work.
Will you look at that crazy, wild,
Bill Loy's truck.
look at the conveyor. Look at this thing.
Yeah, Rudy Huber says the duct pipe blows the shucks out. Truck on the left loads the corn cobs, selling corn.
Right.
Yep.
Go in on the right, far right on that truck.
John something and Sons.
John
Don
McDaniel.
McDaniel and Sons.
Oh, yeah.
John.
Yeah.
And Bill Owie.
Yeah. Bill Loy. Wow. Young Bill's still around.
Looked like a Kenny Huber special right there.
Mhm.
I tell Kenny not to cut it too short, and he'd get talking basketball, get excited, and that's what it wound up.
Yeah.
Is that a kangaroo?
Yeah, this guy's from Australia. It's Ben Wakendick.
Mhm.
There we go. Mr. Flume on the right.
Johnny Morris in the middle.
Rick Flume's dad.
Clarence Waters in the back row, second from the left.
Is that Bill Betzel sitting there with him?
Oliver Glenn on the right end.
Oliver Glenn, Jim Glenn's dad.
Walt Flume, Don Oakes, Johnny Morris, Clarence Waters, Bill Betzel.
I think that's Bill Betzel sitting on the left there.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know what group they were.
Jim Snyder says Earl Snyder, back row, fourth from the left. Rudy Huber says Wayne Goodwin, Clarence Waters, question mark, Earl, comma, Don Oakes. Toppy says Bill Betzel, Mr. Morris, Mr. Flume, back row, Mr. Waters, question mark, Don Oakes, question mark.
Yeah.
Hell
The
no.
one, Oliver Glenn, I'm sure that's who that is on the right.
Yeah, that is.
Yes, it is.
They had one kid, Jimmy, who's up in Champaign. I think he's a cousin to Denny Shuey, our classmate. I think Jim and
That's
Denny
right. You're right.
cousins. And Oliver worked, was he the gas company guy?
He was the first guy around here that had propane. They had that
Okay.
United Propane down there where John Lehman's office is.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think this is inside the Hotel Douglas.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Johnny Morris, I think, was captain of football back when was it Tack? Did he play with Tack?
I think so. I
he
think
did.
so.
Your dad played then, Mitch, right?
Yeah, I know. And I think that's why I think I saw some pictures of
And
Dad and Johnny Morris. So yeah,
Johnny was captain. I remember I came back from the Army. I made a mistake with Johnny. I came back from the Army and we bought the old Ed Bailey house there where Tim Hole lives.
yeah.
We put a ton of work. I mean, I tore the plaster off and replastered it, and we probably put 30, 40,000 bucks in it. And Johnny Morris stopped to see the house one day, and I thought, well, that's really nice of Johnny. So I took him on a turn and said, here's a brand new kitchen. Here's this, here's this. And he goes, Mike, you shouldn't be telling me this stuff. I said, why? So I'm the township assessor. I just came by to assess your house. I had no idea. I thought I'd just been a nice guy. I blew that.
Yeah, you did.
Walt went to Arizona, and I think Eric went down there and followed him. I think they passed away. Eric's still alive, isn't he?
No, I think he just passed away in the last year or so.
Wow.
Eric Flynn did?
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Reason I think it's Hotel Douglas from other pictures I've seen, he's got the furnace built right here in the room, and then you got water lines and drain pipes running right along the walls.
Yeah, I think that's Hotel Douglas. I'd agree with you.
Who was the guy in the middle there between Walt, between Clarence Waters and the next guy to the right of Clarence Waters?
Snyder?
Earl
Snyder?
That's Earl Snyder. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Jim and Bob's dad then.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's Jimmy Glenn right there, and on the right is
There's
Denny
Greg
Manning.
Webb.
on the left is Eric Flume, Craig Webb, Jim Glenn, Vinny
Dave
Mac-
Lecker. I bet that's Lecker, isn't it?
I think that is. And
Jackie
that's
Brookins says Denny Maddox.
Maddox.
Matty.
Danny Maddox.
Had an older brother.
And in the back, Bill Atkinson.
Well, was that Bill the very back? On the right?
That's according to Jackie Brookins.
Who's the one next to Bill again? Is that Jay Holmes?
I think that. Who are you thinking about? Right behind Jim Glenn to the right, I think is Dave. I think that's Lecker.
It could be. It looks a little bit like Jay, but Leck would be a
Yeah, he wasn't here. He might not have been here at that time. Jay wasn't.
That's a great shot of Craig Webb.
Craig Webb, that's
Yeah, it is.
not any place.
And Eric Flume,
Yeah.
Eric Flume's a great guy, set the 100-yard dash record. Jimmy Glenn, just to give him some honor, my sophomore year when we beat Arcola in the last play of the game when Roger Chaplin ran that punt back 60 yards, is famous, we won the O-call. If you look at the film, the second that Roger Chaplin caught that ball, Bill Anderson was closing in to tackle him, and Jimmy Glenn threw a block and freed him. Jimmy Glenn actually probably gets the credit for that touchdown.
Yeah.
I just think we ought to give credit where credit's due, and people don't really realize he was a tough football player.
Jim and I were in AIT training out in Fort Lewis, Washington together.
Well, I'm down at Fort Benning, and you're out there in Washington. You had it rough, Mitch.
I know. Well, infantry AIT,
Yeah, but the only better place is Fort Ord, California,
Well, you've been like Taylor. You've been down to Fort Polk, Louisiana, which is the hellhole of the world.
Well, I hated Benning, and people said, thank God you're not at Fort Polk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't have any names on these.
Doilies were big back then,
Doilies were big. I've still got a whole bunch of them.
Big deal.
Yeah, your house was full of them. Your old house was full of them, Mitch.
Yeah, my grandmother's and
That
mother's.
took a lot of work. They're really valuable antiques now. People collect those.
I'm waiting for somebody to come buy them. So go ahead.
Here's Mark.
Or Marcus Button.
John McDaniel.
John McDaniel again.
That looks like on the left. I'm going to guess that is
It is.
Quiche.
Yep.
The
Bert, right?
Bert Quiche on the left.
Hmm.
Looked like when she grew up, she looked like Elizabeth Taylor. She's beautiful.
Beautiful girl.
Too bad I was hooked on blonde ponytails.
I don't have the other girl's name.
Oh, we should know her. She's class of 62. That's not Janelle Patterson, I don't think.
I can't tell.
John and Marcus never changed.
No, they really
No.
did change.
I saw Mark about 5 years ago. He came back, and he's actually in better shape now than he was in high school. He does weights and runs. He worked for down in Los Alamos, and did government secret work. I asked him, I said, I'm willing to nominate you for the Hall of Fame if you can tell me what you do. And he says, if I tell you, I've got to kill you.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I'm not nominating you.
Who was Marcus Bunny? Who did he marry?
Brenda Stewart.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
He died and got remarried.
Yeah.
Okay, up on the left, second one in, looks like Jet McCumber, second one in.
Could be.
And the middle one's Pat Shanahan.
That's not Eddie Miller, is it?
No, I don't think so.
God, that girl.
That's Janie Kellogg.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Janie Kellogg. This girl, second one in from the right, is Lassiter's older sister. Johnny Lassiter's older
Joanne.
Yeah, Joanne. Yeah.
Lassiter.
Sandy Fuller says second from the left, and the front row is Judy Fuller.
Okay. Well, there was a Sandy Fuller too.
We should know that gal that's on the
No, yeah.
left. That's first one in. She looks so familiar. Jay.
Well, who's between Jet and Shanahan? We should know that.
That's Jean Jones or Jean Thomas. That was Joyce Thomas's older
Okay,
sister.
that's Joyce's big sister, isn't
Yeah,
it?
on the top left.
Top left.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, who's the third one in? We got Jet, we got Shanahan.
The third one in, I think that's Eddie Miller.
It looked like him.
No.
He married Jane.
Yeah, he married Janie Kellogg, so I think.
I
I
thought he
think
always
you
had
might
the
be
black-
right. You know what? When you did that close-up, you might be right.
And down on the right, go to the right. Is that Sybil Igo on the far right up? Up? Go up. Is that Sybil Igo? That Clark Igo's only daughter? I think it's Sybil.
Could be. You live down the neighborhood right there, but down by
He
you.
was on Newkirk, I think.
Yeah.
Little bitty white house.
He didn't know many people. He was swinging from a rim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go down to her house and swing from the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, left to right is Steve Allison, Carter Morris, Phil Morris, Artie Moss. And who is the last one?
Boy, you're trying to steal them all. Just
Boy,
because
he
he's
is.
on the radio. Well, he goes on the radio. He's a
Well,
big
I've been
star.
there's a reason I was on Penny on the Thought. They know who the brains of this operation is.
Mhm.
There's Francine Furco on the right.
Yeah.
And I know we know that second girl in, plain as day. Artie passed away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Allison,
Alice Hatchell says Lynn McCartney, second from the right.
that's second from the right. The one from the left is the one that's got my attention. Who did Kurt McDaniel marry? He married Dwayne Dunn's sister, didn't he?
Yes.
Is that her?
Oh, Dwayne's sister.
Dwayne, yeah. Kurt McDaniel, I thought married Dwayne Dunn's sister, and I think that looks exactly like her daughter who works down at the.
So you're talking about Dwayne's wife. That's what you're saying? Look like that.
Well, Kurt McDaniel's, isn't he related to Dwayne somehow?
Yeah, well, his Kurt and Dwayne's wife are brother and sister.
Okay. That looks like Kurt's wife. I mean, I just was at the dentist's office this morning and her daughter, that looks exactly like her daughter, but I don't know who that is. He married Kurt and what was her name?
Orlena something.
Orlena, yeah.
Hairdresser.
Yes.
She was Orlena Prophet at one time. She was married to Orb Prophet.
She
Before
Orb.
she's married to Kurt.
Yes, she was.
Did you have any names on that, Dave? You'll go back just for a second. Dave, do you have
Well, I
any
think
names?
you got more names than I did. But I had Steve Allison, Lynn McCartney, and Francine Furchow, Art Moss, and Phil Morris.
There's Carter. They were good. They were good folks.
I think Carter Morris, doesn't he respond on?
Yeah, Carter Morse is
He
responding
does.
for
He
things. He
Mhm.
watches it. I don't know where he lives now.
He does a lot. He's always posting something about remembering Tuscola.
Herman Slutsky had a department store.
Well, I don't.
Furco's
I think-
IGA.
That's downtown.
That's
That's
down.
downtown. That's about where the matinee was.
Hey, look at how well those canvas awnings hold up.
Boy, there is one sign there though, Mike.
Yeah, you ought to know that,
Stands out.
Mike. Yeah.
Cool hall.
Cool hall.
Cool
Yes,
hall.
sir.
There it is.
So I think that was in and around where the matinee was.
Well, it was in between. It was in between Riley's Cafe and the matinee.
Yeah, you slid
And there's
down
a door.
the stairs.
You go downstairs and you're in the first level of Dante's.
Yeah, matinee would have been over there. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
would have been closer to where Clarence's it was.
Yeah.
I would say Chez Clarence is down around Slesvig.
These ones are all doing uptown with this equipment like that.
Look at that. I didn't know that. Look at that Furco's IGA
Yeah.
market. I didn't know.
Yes.
I don't ever remember that being there.
No, in fact, when we were in grade school, who had a grocery store right about there was Hackelman's.
Mhm.
Yes, but
Mary Frances was in our class for a year or two in grade school before she went to Villa Grove, I think. Remember Mary
but
Frances?
I remember the store that I remember that Clarence had was the museum.
Yeah, but I think he started.
He must have started there. Maybe he bought it from Hackelman's.
Yeah, he could have. And Mary Frances was a little short, dark hair, bobbed hair, cute as a button. What was she there about third, fourth, fifth grade, Bob? Do you remember?
I don't remember her at all.
You remember?
She must have been at the North Ward.
Yes, she was Northward. Mary Frances
Yeah,
Ackerman.
I wouldn't have known her.
Well, there's a
Brand
guy
new.
who used to be from Villa Grove by the name of John Ed Heckelman.
Well, they moved to Villa Grove.
Yeah, and they
They
moved.
left Tuscola and went to Villa Grove. The last I heard of her.
Yeah, there's the Nick sign over the top there.
Yeah.
That's right there then. So are they auctioning, is this a farm bankruptcy? They're auctioning off the equipment?
I don't
It
know.
looks like some kind of farm auction.
Well, they usually close, they do it at the courthouse now. I can't believe they closed the downtown area to do an auction.
Maybe it's a drawing for a brand new farm all tractor.
I
Yeah,
doubt,
it could be.
doubt it.
Rudy Huber said looks like old fashioned days, but I think it's
No.
gathered around hay rack for auction.
You know what?
I think it looks
That's
like
even
an auction.
before we had old fashioned
Oh,
days.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, old fashioned days started when new fashioned days were here.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, give me 1,000, give me
Yeah,
1,000.
go.
And what are we looking at over there? We're looking.
Rudy says maybe Lloyd Cole auctioneer.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I'm looking at the buildings. That's Gus's.
There's
That's
Nick.
That's Nick's got those little windows there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Nick, that's the Odd Fellows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's,
this would be the tattoo parlor be underneath.
that's Shea Clearances. And that cafe sign was Riley's, and then it was Bruce
Welch's
and
and
then
Williams and
Malcolm
Welch.
Malcolm Welsh opened it up for a while back in the 60s.
Williams had it before that, didn't they?
I think Riley had it. I think Bruce took
Bruce
it over.
had it in the early, late 60s,
I remember-
early 70s.
I was eating in there one time with mom and dad, and Frances ran it.
Yes.
Bruce came in with some meat, and I heard her yell at him, "You're not bringing me your old crap meat." 'Cause he was bringing the stuff down that was getting old and couldn't sell. And she kicked his butt out of there, and he had to go get some better meat.
There's the old Rosie Claire building.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I wish we'd have saved that building. That was something, if we could afford it.
Well, the building next door to it, to the east of it, they retroed that building pretty well.
Well, I don't know what this auction was all about, but it covered a lot of the
All of
Bain
that.
drag on sale.
I
Yeah.
think it might have been one of those going out of business things. I'm guessing.
I have noticed on this building, some of this trim work has been replaced.
Well,
Oh,
they-
yeah.
the-
It's not quite as fancy as it was originally.
You lived that one on the right with the cupola, you lived there, didn't you?
Well, I never lived there, but I owned it.
David, would it be easier to just say, where did you not own or sleep?
Yeah.
Sure looks good.
Yeah. Somebody taking a big bite. I don't have any names.
That guy
That
taking-
may be Whitey Walker. That Ray Wax.
Well, I don't know. I thought his hair was darker.
Is that?
There's one in the next one you'll recognize.
I don't think so. Thought it first.
Okay.
Well,
Was
Oh,
it-
Kenny Huber with hair.
and
Kenny
Weber-
Huber with hair. Yeah.
Junior Weber, Betty
Weber.
Weber, Boots,
Boots and Tenny,
and Kenny.
Tenny Huber, old Deadeye, played with Tack.
Yeah.
What a guy. You talk about an
That's Bill
icon.
White.
You talk about an icon of Tuscola. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's Phil next to him or not.
I thought it was, but I don't believe it is.
No, I don't think it is. Kenny was he was a foundational icon of Tuscola.
I always heard
Everybody loved Kenny.
when Junior Weber was on guard duty, and it was the Battle of the Bulge in a tent, and Jeep pulls up, and the general gets out and walks past him, and Weber saluted him. Of course, the general saluted. It was Patton.
Yes.
Huh.
You guys, seriously, we've got a lot of great families in Tuscola, but were there any better set of brothers than the Weber brothers?
Nope. They were all good guys.
They
Good
were
guys.
great. They served their country. They worked their ass off.
Yep.
Never complained. Went to church. All of them religious. Wonderful, wonderful men.
I wonder where this is with those windows on the doors.
Don't recognize any of that. Well, we're
Oh,
getting,
this is
we're
around
getting,
36. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
but
the
we're-
cemetery.
we're getting,
Well, this is Route 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars are coming from the east going
I
west.
don't think this is 55.
no, that's long before 55 of those cars.
47, maybe. 40, 45, 47,
They're all
48.
in 57 envelopes, so who knows? Is this Cooper's Motel back here?
Where?
Court?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
right
it
there.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that little car there? Is that a Studebaker?
Yeah, it looks like a Studebaker.
Well, that Studebaker might be a 50, 52.
Those
there-
others are all,
there-
there's
there's
a
a
55 Chevy.
Is
Yeah.
that 55 or 4? There's a Hudson across the street, about a 52 Hudson.
You think that's
I
Meadowview?
think that's Meadowview, and I think that's where the moose might be where the moose was.
Well, don't forget that white building is about where Kurt McDaniel's dad had an implement dealership on 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's where the IGA
Daniel Dillavo.
McDaniel
Something like
Dillavo.
that.
Isn't that
is.
about
Dillaview.
Dillaview.
Isn't that about what we're looking at?
Yep, I think so.
That's where they buried a bunch of stuff, old farm equipment and stuff. It's all underneath that IGA building.
Is that what back there, all that stuff's torn up? It looks like to me a tornado hit it or something.
I do think that looks like IGA where it's going.
Some of these pictures, I think they're it's a protest for non-union labor.
No. Hey, is that a Hudson car you
Yeah.
got the arrow on?
Well,
Yeah, it is.
It's about a 52 Hudson. They made that's one of the favorite cars that they made into hot rods in the 60s and 70s. They'd chop the channel those Hudsons.
I see some hard hats out there standing on the road. See the hard hats?
There's Mr. Wire. Got a shotgun.
There's Pete Wireman.
And there's a storm coming in. There's the now is that the Tuscola water tower back there? That's the one near the high school, the old one near the high school, I think.
Tuscola water tower where?
Back here.
In the
On
background
the
there.
right side of the
Looks
garage.
like the one near the high school.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that house is there anymore.
I have no idea.
I don't
What direction
recognize
are we
that
looking?
house.
What direction are we looking? North or
Yeah.
south?
Well, you're looking
Yeah,
south. You're looking south from about Wilson Street,
Yeah, okay, that'd be about right.
aren't you? No, you got to be farther than that because
That looks.
You're
You
looking
can't be
north.
looking. You're looking north.
Well, there's the water tower.
Is the next picture of the same house?
You could be looking north or south.
No.
That could be up near Kenny Snyder's. What that is Wilson Street. Yeah, you can't get much further. You're on the railroad tracks.
Well, yeah, you're on the road, but so we're looking.
If
We're
you're
looking south.
Well, we could be looking north, possibly.
How'd you look north and be the water? Well, yeah, I guess you could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Unless that was on the south side.
There it is.
or on the
Now,
north
White
side.
House.
now, you
There's the
guys
White
know-
House.
you guys remember who owned the White
Oh
House?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mike
What-
Martin. Mike
Which time did you talking about owning it? Who owned it? when
You
were
like
thinking?
some, didn't you?
Oh, I owned it, yeah, but I mean, Mike Martin, Mike Martin had a restaurant there, and
Yeah,
I knew the
yeah.
food was really good.
It
And
was
he was
very,
Ross-
very
he was
good. It was
Roscoe-
it,
He was
it was-
Roscoe.
it was the place to go.
It had great pizza, it had great food. It was Roscoe Humphrey's son-in-law, and I think Chris Hill owned it, and then I bought that.
You know.
Looking over to the left again, are we looking back over toward the old implement dealership somewhere?
Larry
back in-
Phillips said Dillavo and McDaniel case dealer on the left.
Yeah.
Eric Rodmaker says the White House was owned and run by his great uncle P.L. Cooper.
Well,
That's probably right. That's probably right. That was
yeah.
all there where Dillaview and McDaniel would have been the building just this side of that big White House.
Yeah. But the White House was really, I think Mitch is right. The White House was the place to eat.
Oh, yes.
Good place to go on Sundays for fried chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great,
And
great food.
many years later, Mr. and Mrs. Ard
Well,
lived there or
in fact, I'll tell you
granddad?
what, I bought a couple buildings off Chris Hill and I got snookered both times, of course. That's not surprising, is it? But
No.
for Ann, I bought that little Corn Belt Building savings loan that down there from Chris. And I went to close and Bob Caldwell handed me over a check for $7.40. And I said, "What's that?" So that's the rent for Hazel Sterling upstairs. I said, "Hazel Sterling's upstairs." And that was Francis Warder's wife. Was it Francis or who are the two Warder boys?
Clarence.
Clarence. I think it was Clarence Warren's wife was a Sterling.
Naomi.
And
Yeah.
I said, "Naomi?" So there's an outside stair, and this 80-year-old woman lived up there, and she came down an outside stair in the winter. And I said, "I don't want to be responsible for her." So Naomi said, "I wish you'd evict her because she needs to be." So we did. And then the next building I bought from Chris was this White House building right there. And this time I checked, and the Ards lived there.
Yeah.
And I told Chris, I said, "I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to evict an old person." So Chris had to make a move. And they moved to a small house in town down by where Denny Maddox used to live. But they were really upset because they loved to sit out on the.
I remember them sitting out.
They sat out in the front and watched cars go by.
Yeah.
So, Mike, did you own that building when Scott Flesser and Tracy had the kids?
Yes, I gained 25 pounds. They wanted to rent the East End and make candy, and they did it for about 6 months.
Tracy Lynn's Candies.
And of course, I would go in there and just about pass out. It was almost like walking in Kitty Keisha's bedroom.
Yeah, Scott would make turtles for me, but he'd make them with cashews instead of pecans for me.
Scott told me he trusted me. He said, "Go get it, whatever you want, and just leave the money there." And almost every night I went and got like a half pound of bark or turtles, left $5. That's when I got diabetes.
Devin told me to tell you, Mike, that the chocolate bunnies are there now.
Oh, man, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, there
You
was
can buy a bunny or a duck, either one, whatever you want.
I finally got rich enough to buy that 5-pound bunny. And there's a picture of me sitting down there in Ed Bailey's house asleep, and I got it on my chest, and the ears are gone. And then I fell asleep. I think it kind of melted on my shirt. And there's a picket sign.
Yeah.
You think this is building the IGA?
Yeah, I think, well,
I think if this is across from the White House, it's where the Moose parking lot is. And Meadowview right behind it.
Well, the Moose was there for a long. I remember bowling the Moose when I was a young kid.
Well, it was a bowling alley at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a putt golf on the west side of it across.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think this might be the IGA they built.
Yeah, but I didn't think that IGA building was built till 75.
Really?
They wouldn't. This is something bigger than just.
I think this
IGA.
I think this could have been the Meadowview thing, because see, that was all national homes, and they were probably not union.
Elmo Ziegler.
Didn't National Homes come in about 52 or 53 and start doing those track homes?
Yes.
Well, you might be right.
I think you're right.
Those are the ones my dad said there wasn't a house out there that sold for more than $7,500.
Most all of them on slabs. They were
supposed to last 30 years, and they had a 30-year mortgage. And now they're 75 years old and selling for $130,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some of them are really nice. They did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've taken some of them been taken good care of.
A few of them to put foundations on and added on. Yeah.
Check this out on the pole.
What's on the Strand Theater? Jupiter's Daughter.
Abbott and Costello.
Oh,
Abbott
boy.
and Costello. I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. That's a quadruple hitter.
Yeah.
For 25 cents.
Yeah, there's the Delview McDaniel building. That was it right there.
Yeah. There's Kenny.
Yeah.
Well, there's certain guys you just missed. This is the Republic. Second one in from the left was Marvin Jones, I think. That looks like Marvin, isn't it? Has Republican
On the
Party.
left.
I don't know if that's Marvin. Yeah, I think that's Marvin.
Doesn't look like Marvin to me, but could be.
No, not the Marvin I remember, but I knew him when he was a lot older.
Kenny
Kenny's the
still
only one I know there.
Kenny still had a good head of hair, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Chubb Connor says Phil White, third from left.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so either.
I thought he had more hair than that.
That wasn't Phil White.
And Toppy says Dr. Mount, third from left. Well, that would be the
Troy Mount,
Yeah.
I think.
Played guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, yeah.
I don't have any names on this one.
That's Ian Reese.
Ian
Yeah.
Reese on the left sitting down
Mhm.
there.
I think that's that Dr. Mount again on the right. Remember
Now,
right? He was a bow tie.
I know they had two kids, Maury and
Sonia,
is Sonia? Sonia's still alive, isn't she?
yes.
She's at the nursing home, yeah.
Well, they got their house for sale. That's why I wonder what was
Well,
going on.
Jack died. He died.
Okay.
Jack died, and she had to go out to the nursing home.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's the implement stuff out the back over to the right. Look over to the right. There's all their implement stuff from Daniel.
Well, there's a foundation probably there as you go into Meadowview.
I think they are. That could be Arthur Jones's. He lived right as you start to go in.
It's possible.
Now they are marching back into the subdivision. I think you're right.
Yeah, because that's what that is. And some of those hard hats are from the plant, obviously supporting Union.
But isn't 55 a little late to be popping these houses up?
No, that's about right. That's just about right.
So it started
Plant 54.
So you're saying 53, 54 was when Hoke and Allen were just building the plant then?
Yes.
Workers
Yes.
came in about 55.
Yeah. 54 is when I think the plant started.
It is 54.
But that's the same year Dad bought the lumberyard.
He's a smart man, huh?
Well, no, actually, the guy he was working for was getting to be an old man, and he didn't want to fool with it.
How's that? I tried to say your dad's a smart man. He said no.
Yeah. Well, he said, yeah, he did say that it was a pretty good deal because he said I had the lumberyard paid for in 4 years.
So he was smart and lucky.
Yeah, smart and lucky. He would tell you he was lucky.
Well, that sounds like the Alan Michener's life I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Elmo
that's right.
Ziegler and John Ziegler,
Yeah.
they were a part of National Homes. They
Well,
built,
Scott Weller Homes out of Champaign.
Yes.
yeah, Scott Weller Homes.
That's who they worked for.
Well, Scott Weller wound up building those 221 HUD houses. I think he
Yeah.
built a ton of them up at near
I
Champaign.
worked for National Homes when I first got back out of the service. I worked for National Homes. I worked for the mobile home division.
Yeah.
But I remember going up to Lafayette, Indiana, where one of the Price brothers, that was the name of the guys that owned National Homes, and they were in bed with the HUD people and all that. But I remember looking at a National Home house back in the 70s. It was a $250,000 home in 1970. Was quite a home, let me tell you.
That's a heck
Well,
of a home.
after World War II, I know Levittown in New York, they basically used the airplane manufacturers to industrialize houses, and they made these metal houses.
Yeah.
My aunt in Indiana lived in one of them, and they panelized them. And they're talking about housing problems today. If they would go back and lay out a big tract like this and actually build about 3 designs and panelize them or bring them in volumetric squares and just hook them together like Legos, they could drive the cost of these houses really down if they wanted to industrialize the process.
My dad bought a couple houses out here, worked at the coal mine, and be a big layoff and people get a different job and move. He'd just take over the payments and have a rental house.
Well, Mitch, here's why I never liked concrete on slab. You can see that on the left. That's a lot of work to go lay out the plumbing and the drainage.
Oh, yeah.
In the old days, first off, a lot of them didn't put the moisture barrier under like they do today.
Right.
Secondly, they used to just run the actual pipe, and today they run PVC and they run the pipe through the PVC so they can cut it off and pull it out from the outside. So when they first did this, it to me, might as well go do the foundation.
Yeah, the thing is that my understanding of why they did a lot of the So, when they do tract homes, they like to do slabs because they can do several slabs at one time and then come back and do all their framing. That's what they like to do that. They don't have to do the framing of the subfloor.
I know, but they still got to do a ton of layouts for the plumbing, and if
Oh
you're
yeah. Oh
off
yeah.
a couple inches, you're going to be going to the bathroom and the kitchen.
I don't like slabs myself either, but
They do put visqueen underneath them now, and so you don't quite have the moisture problem you
Yeah.
used to think.
depends on the area. Both of my kids both of my kids now, one in Louisiana and one over in Indiana, are on houses that are nice homes that are on slab foundations.
Well,
But it's because of the way the soil is.
well, same way in Arizona,
Yeah,
you just put her on sand. Now that gal on the right that is not Emily Marsh on the right. There's Mrs.
Well,
Hauser.
I was going to say it was Emily, and this is Mrs. Hauser.
Yeah, that's Laura Hauser.
Doesn't that look like Emily on the right?
Yeah,
It could be. It could be Emily.
Yes, it could, because they were some kind of relation. I forget.
Well, Emily was they were half sisters. Their father was Emily's stepfather was Percy Jones, who used to own the lumberyard, and then Laura's father was Percy.
Right.
Did not know that.
Although this gal's a little big. No,
Well,
who knows? Maybe
55.
55. Anyway, there's Ian Reese on down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fifth from the left. Toppy says Mrs. Hauser, second lady on right. Hazel Cannon, third from left. Steve Reardon. I'm guessing.
I don't know if that looks like Emily or not.
I don't know.
I think it does.
I mean, I'm looking at her from the side. She doesn't look.
She could have lost
Emily
weight.
was small.
She could have lost some weight.
Smaller. And she could have. And maybe, I don't know.
Laura's grandfather would have been F.H. Jones.
That right. I think yeah.
Percy, no, that's not what. Yeah. Percy was her father. F.H. Jones was her grandfather.
What's your relation to Percy?
My relation?
Yeah.
Percy's, my great grandfather and Percy's grandfather were half brothers.
Okay. So you're a half something.
It was way down the list. The way they got involved, his dad went to work for Percy as a bookkeeper.
Well, Tuscola wasn't known as a boat town. I know that.
No.
This guy.
That looks like Pete Foster, early vintage Pete Foster.
These were standard. That's a standard station guy there. The other guys, those are two standard station guys. They must have built that back in the nothing going on days.
It was. They put that in that and scattering fork there right behind the gas station.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they needed it in case of flooding.
Yeah, there's some good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
In that scattering fork, there's some carp in there.
Is that Shirley Quinn?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Oh, that would be her year.
No, Shirley is on here a lot, so
That's 55. That would be Shirley's year, but
this looks like maybe something to do with some race car come through or something. Got all kinds of different Hudson, Chevrolet, Cadillac,
Pontiac.
The Soto service.
Soto, boy, that's something.
Man.
a lot of different auto patches.
Well, Toppy should know her. That'd be her class.
I'm saying may not be from here. May have been someone coming through.
You're right.
Yeah, they're next to a trailer, I guess.
You know who that looks like? It's not him, but maybe it's his father. It was Jim Donnelly. Yeah. That guy looks enough like Jim Donnelly to be his dad.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Clara Huffaker says it's Sam and Eileen Hollowell at their home, Route 36 and 800 East, where Trunkline Gas is now. They operated a movie theater in Assumption for many years. The house was built in 1860 by the Lounsbury family. Fond memories of Aunt Eileen.
Don't ever let her on the program. We'll never get a guess.
Yeah. She knows.
She knows. Is that a grape arbor? What is that?
I don't know.
Some vine growing up over it. Okay, there's a photography. That's the old Tuscola review, isn't it? The photography.
Well, Reviewer Journal.
Well, that's a pretty nice, that's not a 1955 setup, is it, Dave? That looks pretty, a little newer than 55.
Well, I think it probably is.
Okay.
Nope.
Chubb Connor says, question mark Norm Strader on the left.
No.
You talking about Juice that married
Juice.
Martha?
No.
That's too old for him. He's not that old.
No.
He's
Juice
about
graduated
58.
about 58.
58,
He was on that
59.
great team, basketball team, and
Yeah.
coached with me. We taught together down at Arcola.
Marcia was a 62 or 3 graduate.
2.
Marcia Graham.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like my garage a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
No, you cleaned it out then, haven't you?
Yes, I have. That was
Like
my
the barn
garage
door.
after the house was built.
Yeah.
That's the first day. No, I could barely walk out that garage.
There we are.
And that's it.
Well,
Good job.
we're only 8 years old at the time, so we did fairly well, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, I thought you'd know some of them.
Well, we knew about 97%.
Well, I was surprised I didn't have more names on some of those kids, but I knew you'd know them.
Mike does pretty good on those, that 50s group some of those kids that I didn't know. Mike always
I
did good
live
on that.
across the street from the high school.
Well, that could have been why.
Yeah. Well, he was hanging by the rim most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know,
He can see he can see them all that way when he's hanging from the rim.
and they're all going, look at that crazy kid.
You know, the great thing about a young guy is those older girls don't realize they just see us playing with toys.
Mhm. Yeah.
What's cooking.
They had no idea what was to come.
No idea what was in his mind. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you don't want to get in my mind. It's not
We know that. We know
it's not a
that.
pleasant place. It's not a pleasant
All right. Anything else? I got to run here pretty soon. So,
Okay.
anything
Well,
else?
we
before we
enjoyed
go?
it.
Well, now that we got Mitch back here,
Well,
now that we got Golden Throat.
Golden
Golden
throat.
Throat.
Yeah. I thought I'd let him talk a little more today.
Mhm.
You did a good
Golden.
job. You did a good job last week.
I'm going to have to do that more of that now.
It's obvious from Bob last week that he knows way more than Mitch, but he just
Yeah.
refers to his buddy.
Yeah,
He wants Mitch to feel
Yeah.
good.
that's right. That's right. Well, I told you the reason that I couldn't be here last week. I was doing the do-gooder service.
You were.
We heard that.
Bob said you had something to do with a friend better than us.
Yeah.
And later he
Well,
told us the story. Without mentioning any names, how's everything going?
well,
Or we can go off the air if you want, and you can tell.
let's go off the air first. But
All right. We'll see you next week on Remembering Tuscola.